Um, it's interesting. It's not interesting. It is what it is. I say it's interesting. I speak without thinking. It's everything, family. I was in town, and by course of action, like, a couple things happened. Like, I came up to these brothers and sister, or this brother and sister, and the sister that, she knew scripture. She identified as a prophetess, but they were talking to a Muslim brother, and the thing is, family, like, a couple things that were said. I was thinking about this. Hold on, there's one thing that I recalled that I said, but I forgot, and I'm thinking about maybe what she said. Okay. So the thing is with there's different things that have been uncovered, family. Mecca wasn't even a city, family, and Islam just completely falls apart. It's the Quran points to the Gospels, and the Gospels contradict the Quran. Islam's false, brother, or false brothers and sisters. It's not the truth from God. But I was talking to this brother, and she was saying things. But one point is, family, that the Gospels, the Bible is a collection of books that were that are manuscripts, and these we know that they've been preserved. Every manuscript that we found, we know that the Bible has been preserved, through the totality of the line. Everything, the manuscripts that we found are aligned. There's nothing that's the Quran's been. They had so many different versions, family. They don't have they destroyed the other lines. The other renditions of the other Qurans. They destroyed them because they claim that the Quran is eternal. But so how does that work? But the Bible, family, is sealed. There's nothing in the Bible, the structure of it, nothing allows for anything further. It's for the introduction of anything else. There's people that have falsely come and tried to introduce things, but the way that God moved things to happen, family, it's not. The Bible doesn't even allow for that. It says that whoever adds, to the Bible, and the thing is, you look in the Bible, it was sealed in its form, and then 600 years later, the manuscripts were circulated. So they were observed and circulated. So it wasn't actually in form, but it's in essentially it just wasn't coalesced. But So 600, and I asked his brother, so 600 years later, I said, I've met Muslim brothers and sisters, and you have reverence for God. You have reverence for God. Then, you allow for, to acknowledge it, yes. For the person to acknowledge that. And then if you do, family, then how would you say that essentially the people, Muslims, they say then that he changed his mind, because there's the line, the Abrahamic line, family, and through Abraham, Isaac, and not Ishmael, but Isaac and Jacob. And I mean, the line, and why it matters, family, is because everything, it's by how Jesus entered into the world, came in the flesh. The entity as with God before creation was. And let me ask you, family, what's more perfect than God doing it? How else would it be besides God doing it? And we don't decide what things are, God does. Muslims, the thing is, Islam, and I also said nobody's created a Christian or a Muslim. Nobody's born that. We decide that in our life, family. And you look, and there's nothing more perfect than Jesus coming, and that's exactly what happened. He came at the perfect time and place. But if we have reverence for God, family, then essentially Islam is saying that God, he interacted with everyone that's recorded. Islam acknowledges the Gospels and the Torah, the Old Testament, and so God interacted with the line, family, and everything, and moved everything to happen and be produced, and then he created, moved everything with. Then they claim that he moved everything with Islam and then shifted to Islam. So they have any kind of reverence for God? No, family. God does not. He is all powerful, and he doesn't change his mind. And everything points to that Jesus did what he did, family. And it's more, deeper than that. God wrote it in our hearts to know. And this scripture, or this sister that I was with, she said, everybody's given a measure of faith. We have sufficiency, family. We know what things are. We know that God is real, and God wrote in our hearts to recognize what's real. So when we hear Jesus, family, you talk to different brothers and sisters. Like I've talked to, I've talked to Muslim brothers and sisters. I've talked to, Hindu brothers and sisters, and I've talked to Buddhists. I've talked to brothers and sisters that observe, Native American spirituality. And the thing is, family, is we recognize there's nonverbal communication, family. You can sense things when you're in front of somebody. And what is family?